Well, welcome guys to welcome to my channel. I am William Pride. Welcome to the Lost Lives Scout, where I tell you about victims in horror movies, TV shows, anime, music videos, and beyond. I am your I am also Nexus. Today I'm actually doing Lost Boys the Tribe, released in 2008. PJ Pexy actually got this from Joel Schumacher, who actually did the original Lost Boys. But he actually wanted to do the Lost Girls as an announcement of the tribe, but then no input. But he also additional the trip to Lost Boys Devil May Cry. But he actually, the studio actually, the Warner Bros. Studio actually want to actually make it to surfing werewolves, but the studio executives of Warner Brothers didn't want to actually do it because, well, they actually changed their mind to make it a sequel to The Lost Boys and change it from werewolves into vampires. And they actually cast the original Corey Feldman to return, is the only one that returned his original role. Who actually is from the Goonies, Gremlins, Friday the 13th Final, and the Stand By Me franchise. Who actually is in Edgar Frog. It's also followed by the final of the entry, Lost Boys the Tribe. Lost Boys the First. Which, this is actually, the first is, it's actually make it a trilogy. And Alan Frog actually never appeared in the sequel, in this sequel. So I actually will, but PJ Pessy actually did did MTV. He also did a voice actor, but he also actually did a lot of good work. He also did until Dusk Till Dawn 3, the Heyman Daughter. So, how many lives lost in did the vampires that Edgar Frog did in this sequel? Let's find out and get to the lives lost. The movie kicked off with the Wanderers premiere logo, followed by a Thunder Road premiere and Hollywood Bridge production. The full moon and surfers are parallel. Honestly, the surfers are actually Eric, Kyle, Shane, and why they're out at night and not during the day. And David actually knows them writing and what they're doing here. Tension high because this is his turf and bloodless. They're all vampires that only no. And honestly, 51 seconds. Chaos suit because John Boy actually ripped David head off, and the vampire and also Eric kick his head in the ocean like a soccer ball, a cocky and dangerous bam, and punch a drop, and the smashing cut of the title card. Oh, it's a tribe one. Honestly, David actually is played by the horrific legend Tom Savini, who actually done Dawn of the Dead, Maniac, and Terrifier 3. He also Shane Power is Angus Severin, Keith's brother, and Frank Murray and Sampero from Final Destination 2, and Texas Chainsaw Erica is and Matthew Morningstar from Great Encounters. Honestly, we actually be up car roll into town. We actually have Sam and Nicole. We have um honestly we actually have Sam and Nicole Emerson. But I actually realized it's Chris Emerson, not Sam. My mistake. She actually and also Corey Haim himself plays Sam, and Nicole is actually played by Autumn Reeser, who actually is in Dead Trigger. Honestly, and Jillian actually asked them to actually pay $650. $650? That's outrageous. I thought the place was free. Nicole actually say that, and honestly, welcome to. Honestly, they actually. Nope. Welcome to Luna Bay. Oh, and it's actually appeared dumb. Honestly, Luna. Um, it was actually a fictional town, but the actual. It was actually Santa Carla in the first. But this time it's actually Luna Bay, California, a fictionalized town. The the siblings actually explore and local gospel. Honestly, Shane Powers and name again and Evan Charmin, too Charmin, and honestly, he actually got the numbers. And girl one that is not too safe out there. And RV creeping out there, the Frog Brothers. Honestly, Alan Frog don't appear until the first. So, yeah. Which I will cover in if anybody would actually say Nexus. Will you cover the first in the comments below? The Frog Brothers actually are vampire hunters and benders, and honestly, Edgar tosses and straight. And honestly, Nicole actually addresses that the trailer looked out straight out of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which I will actually cover if anybody would want me to cover it, because I have. Because the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a big franchise. Nicole grab a towel and go and take a shower. Honestly, Chris a wave and alone and wave and flickering and honestly, Shane actually invite him to a surf party, a party. Nicole reappear and actually going to go to a party and Jillian got the Goonies and donuts, and nobody actually know what the Goonies are. The Goonies is actually a good 90s, 80s, and horror movie about the kids that try to find a mystical treasure. Which, if anybody want me to do, I would actually cover the Goonies on my horror. It's actually more like a scary adaptation of a horror. Besides, I for my for some of my reviews, I will actually cover scary. I will actually just go back to season 9 of Family Guy and do a lives lost count for Family Guy, and there were fewer. And also, I can actually give episodes to the episode. Nicole actually now now it actually everybody now it's actually everybody actually at the party. Bonfire, booze, and half naked teenagers. Classic Lost Boys energy. And we actually see a girl that give a creepy stare. And Nicole actually step in and actually come near Shane. The music drops and she just wants dance, and Nicole actually just take up on the offer. Meanwhile, at the beach, Chris actually talk to Lisa. Be cool, dangerous, and now you're not around vampire's charm. Chris meet Lisa and they actually went to the shower to get all steamy. Honestly, Nicole actually went with Shane and tell about her parents. You know, think. But honestly, well, to tell you the truth, they died in a car crash, and I actually they were mentioned. I can't count them while they being mentioned. Shane offered Nicole rose, and then he actually blew it in her hand, and she actually give her a sip of her beer, Well, that's a bad idea because it's actually not beer. It's actually vampire blood, and Shade is the head vampire, so something will change inside her. Unaware of the part of the uh and Nicole. Honestly, Lisa actually have to see where Nicole actually do a move. Honestly, after they got back, Shane got punched by and stay away from her sister. Nicole actually got pale and shaken and started to vomit. This is no hangover. The vampire kicked in, and Chris and she actually choke hold, and Edgar actually walked into their house and tried to stake her, but she actually got infected and tried to kill her, and it's actually Lisa, and she actually stripped, and she said she tastes good and tried to attack her attack him until Chris accidentally hurls Lisa at 3 minutes 30 seconds at the antlers, and she actually body turned to stone and shattered to dust. But then Nicole is running out of time because she's actually a half vampire. Half vampire is only he actually the only way to become a vampire is to be bitten or drink the blood. Edgar drank frog juice, which is egg, garlic, and holy water for protection. And honestly, until she fed, she not a full vampire. They had to kill the head vampire in order. She will. She actually is. She actually starving and trying to kill Evan, but now she actually see that she had no reflection, and she actually don't want this, and now Evan have a big chase scene with Kyle, Eric, and John Boy. Now Shane taking the dagger. Honestly, they actually had to find the nest, and Shane managed to call Nicole. She both she actually go to the door and with sunglasses on. If and honestly, Chris actually thought of a main solution. He actually had to turn into a vampire in order to kill a vampire. So this is actually dangerous, and he actually Chris could lose his humanity, but he actually determined to actually do it, and he actually do it, and the two guys are playing games on the Xbox, and he Kyle jab a sword, and John Boy jab a sword into Eric's stomach, while meanwhile Nicole and Shane have sexy time, and Nicole is missing, and there are a lot of missing posters. Again, I can't count them because they're no body and they're not fresh kills. Where Lisa, Kyle asks where Lisa. That's the same one. She dead. Cut honestly, they actually do a howl, and they try to do, and fear of losing, and they actually trash the police station making donuts, and they actually do a cop sign, and the music kicking. Don't speak. I came to bang. Play, and I actually had to search that up on Google. They escape. It said told him to think about. It cut to Italy in person. They check bounce, and they rent up and complains that they feel like vampires. She don't have to go through with this. But it don't. It's not just about the money anymore. It it had to be her reputation, but it actually cut to the night after the sun sets, and they actually went to the Devil Reef, and Chris asked about, and he actually joined their world, and honestly, Kyle say about a dog that got his whole blood replaced by salt water, and live a healthy life after. And honestly, at 38 seconds and 97 seconds, the four boys kill four girls by ripping their throats, and horrified back away. Chris run, and he actually defended himself from John Boy and Cuz when he grabbed a sharp stick, and at 97 seconds he stabbed John Boy, and he spewed blood, and Edgar next to actually they actually need to get that to Nicole before too late. And honestly, good thing that Edgar not just a survivor, he's also a priest. And montage of him get the different kinds of steak, the metal ones, the nylon ones, and the wooden ones, the garlic bolo, a vial of holy water, and holy water grenades. If we're doing it my way, and honestly, they're thicken because the rotten smell and it feeds on, and it's actually got body odor and fungus and death in the air of, and Nicole can't drink this. She actually said to Shane, and Shane said, "Then you don't love him." Then Edgar knows that Chris is gone and Chris is missing, and Erica took him, and Erica scream while the drill after he actually tried to do it, and at exactly 1 minute and 66 seconds, Erica dies by getting drilled, and he got melted to nothing. Now he runs. Edgar hears something. He called out, asking where he is. At 41 seconds, he got hit. He hit Kyle where Hollywood. His head got blown up by the. It's actually a brutal death, but yeah, actually. After a brutal fight, Shane actually got stabbed by the sword by Nicole, and she was fixing to get hit, but at the 87 seconds, he got his head sliced clean off, and Shane is dead. Shane got burned up, and if you light a man on fire, he can he can he can actually burn up. He can warm anything. They return the hideout. Evan is actually going to get a date with with her. Suddenly, and Jillian bursts from the door and crash. And she threatened to call the cops before if she actually smelled pot, or if they actually have any on them. It actually shifts to the scene that it revealed himself. Is the figure step out? It's actually Sam, and it fades to black. How many lives lost in Lost Boys, the tribe? Let's find out. I better take some frog juice, crack an egg in it, and ew, too much garlic. I better get to the numbers. The lives lost count final breakdown cut. 9 people lost their lives in four female, 4 all human, all female, 5 vampires, 1 female, and 4 male. The killers are Chris, Eric, John Boy, Kyle, and Edgar. With a runtime of 93 minutes, we got a 1 life lost every hour at 1.56 minutes. The great axe of execution goes to Eric. Drilled through the heart and melted to goo. It's a brutal combat to a classic meltdown in horror history, which is Friday the 13th. The whippy axe go to none. Every kill hit hard. The vibe, honestly, released in 2008, this blood-soaked beach flick set the tone before. Well, it's actually the first will roll in later. Surf, Civ, and Slaughter. A vampire showdown that just gnarly through in your skull. I will actually do Killer Clowns review. I'm Nexus, also known as William Bradley. This has been my Lives Lost Count. I'm ready for my next Lives Lost Count. The Psycho franchise is released in 1960, and I will actually do all the Psycho series from 1960 all the way to the all the way to the spin-off series Bates Motel. But I will actually just do that, and we'll actually do the Bates Motel TV series sometime in the future. Just give me some time. And you can actually watch it on Netflix. And we'll actually tell you when all the other Psychos come on. And you guys have an amazing day. Bye.